I think he's gonna have to make new friends. And I don't think it'll be hard making new friends. But you gotta think about, let's just use certain people for example, right? You think Jay's gonna wanna hang out with him? Beyonce ain't letting Jay go over there. My opinion. I don't know this for a fact. You think that Ciroc will want to do business with him again? Because like you said, even if he's innocent, the shit that we heard that definitely happened sound freaky and nasty.
Cameron goes off on Jay-Z for letting Beyonce pull him away from Diddy. And he's not holding back at all, y'all. Right now, the streets are buzzing because Cameron's calling out Jay-Z for being a fake friend to Diddy, especially during his darkest time. And let me tell you, Cam ain't playing around. Look, when Diddy's facing these heavy charges, trafficking, RICO, you expect some of your close homies to hold you down. But Cam says Jay-Z wasn't that guy. He straight up said that Jay-Z dipped out on Diddy when Diddy needed him the most. And get this, Cam says that Beyonce is the reason for Jay-Z distancing himself from Diddy. Yeah, Cam thinks that Queen Bee herself is the one pulling the strings on Jay and telling him to stay away. So you gotta remember, Jay and Diddy go way back, but sometimes old friends switch lanes when things get real messy. Cameron is making it clear that Jay-Z's loyalty ain't what it used to be, but that's just the start. Cam also warned that Jay might try to double back later when Diddy gets out and start getting motion again. He's watching the whole game. Plus, Cam got real about what went down between him, Mace, and Diddy on that boat, clearing up all the rumors and explaining how business and friendship mix in hip-hop. And Cam's not scared to risk his own image and ride with Diddy no matter how much dirt there is on him. I'm going to break it down and give y'all the real. But first, let me say this. This is way bigger than just some street talk. This is about loyalty, trust, and who really rides for you when the heat is on. Let's get into it.
But back to the Diddy trial, let me ask you a question. Even if I think he's going to beat it, I guess it would be time served for getting caught with, to me, from what I know about the guns and the drugs, maybe time served. I don't know. I think he's going to beat it because it's just some freaky shit. It sounds like a bunch of freaky shit to me. But if he beats it and the trial and come home, how you think people going to accept him? Is still going to puff parties? Is still going to do music with him? Like, how do you think people, you know what I mean? Like, because even though he's not guilty, you're still guilty in their eyes. So
yeah, in public perception.
Yeah. So how you think how you think it's gonna be for him? Or should he just take all that money and just go somewhere and just never come back? What you think?
I think he's gonna have to make new friends. And I don't think it'll be hard making new friends. But you gotta think about, let's just use certain people for example, right? You think Jay's gonna wanna hang out with him? Beyonce ain't letting Jay go over there. My opinion. I don't know this for a fact. You think that Ciroc will want to do business with him again? Because like you said, even if he's innocent, the shit that we heard that definitely happened sound freaky and nasty. And sometimes people may not want that around their spouse, talking about if you have a significant other, like let's say if you wanted Diddy and you got a wife, like, yo, you ain't going back over there. I ain't know all that was going on. If you lucky you ain't caught up, what is you doing over there? Then you got other people that you may been doing business with, pardon me, and they be like, nah, we with you, but we heard about the high jib mask and all that. We can't rock like that with the high jib naked from the neck down and all that. You know what I'm saying? That walking around watching your girl bone with Astroglide in your hand, our brand doesn't support that. So to me, my personal opinion is he should have a load of money left over if he beats this thing. And Puff to me is one of them that can eventually figure it out. And in the beginning, if he won't have his original nigga that he been with before this case started, but he'll have somebody that needs an opportunity, somebody who's willing to say, I don't care about that. The jury said you're not guilty. Let's get to this money. And Puff seems like one of them hustlers that's going to get back on his feet. Then eventually what'll happen is, if he does get back on his feet, gets one of them $250,000 deals, $500 million deals, all the old friends will double back eventually. You been nah, after you got out the line and chopping, it's happening. And I think that's how it'll go if he beats this situation.
All right, I'm gonna use you for instance, like say like, you know, Puff driving and see you, because y'all was, you know, like y'all was cool before. I seen him on the boat party. You know what I mean? He had his girlfriend and he came to the boat party or whatever. So say like he see you and want to get a little video for Instagram, like, yo, I'm with my killer or whatever. Like, is your attitude different? Like, how does this work? I don't know how this works.
I look, told straight up in there, I never had a really great relationship with Puff. Not saying good or bad. That doesn't mean, we just never really hung out. Even when Mace was signed to Bad Boy, I never really was around Puff that much. Even when you seen him on the halftime show on It Is What It Is, when his boat came, my boat. The real reason that we met up is because, first of all, I asked Mace if we should meet because I'm not going to do anything to damage my friendship with Mace. Just to go have a meeting with Puff. My friendship with Mace means way more to me to have my brother back in my life than going to talk to Puff. So I had talked to Mace about doing this first. But the reason we met was, we're not putting Mace business out there, and nothing personal. It was business because Mace wanted his publishing back, but we talked about that. He wanted, when he was with Revolt, he wanted to make a deal, or he had a deal on the table for It Is What It Is. And I went to meet him, and he came, we was on a boat, and we talked about what the deal would be for It Is What It Is. But the money me and Mace was requesting, they couldn't come up with that kind of money. So that's the reason you seen us all on the boat that time. It was more of a business meeting. But you know, my business meetings contain strippers sometimes. And that's how that went. But I don't have nothing bad against Puff. I don't have nothing negative to say about him. I don't really know him that well, but every time we seen each other, it was nothing but respect. But as far as him wanting to take a picture, son, if he's innocent, fine, let's take a picture. I don't give a f. I'm not getting caught up on all that. What a did. You got O.J. Simpson, God bless the dead, Uncle O, guilty in public perception for 30 years.
Facts.
We put that in the show. The jury said you not guilty, man. We not dragging this. Let everybody else drag it. If the jury say you not guilty, let's rock out.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, if a not guilty, and this is our system in America, go to court, judge-related trial or jury-related trial, and innocent, and then America get mad at the system. But I'm not judging who's not guilty in a court of law and holding them hostage for the rest of their life.
All right, so let's get right into Cam'ron calling out Jay-Z. Cam didn't hold back. Cam said that Jay-Z is a fake friend when it comes to Diddy. And honestly, who can blame him? When Diddy's life is on the line with these trafficking and RICO charges, Jay-Z is nowhere to be found. Cam says something like, "You think Jay's gonna want to hang with him? Beyonce ain't letting Jay go over there." Think about that. Cam saying that Queen B herself is the reason for Jay-Z backing away, pulling the leash real tight when Diddy needs a real one in his corner right now. See, you gotta realize the optics. When someone's facing federal court, the last thing you want is your circle shrinking. But that's exactly what happened with Diddy. Cam said, "People gonna judge you in the streets no matter what the courts say." So basically, even if Diddy beats the case, the public perception is gonna stick. And Jay-Z, he's playing it safe. Cam went even further when he said the whole situation is freaky. He talked about the nasty rumors, the dirt, and how some people might not want to be around that. Cam said, "If you got a wife like Beyonce, you ain't going back over there." Cam'ron is basically letting you know that the implication is clear. Jay-Z's protecting his brand, his image, and more importantly, his family. But Cam's point is that that's a weak thing to do. He's basically saying that real friends don't bail when the going gets tough. He's basically saying that Jay-Z's loyalty is fake and Beyoncé is the gatekeeper, making sure that line stays shut. That's a raw call out, and Cam's not sugarcoating it at all. And this ain't just street gossip. Cam's been around the block enough to spot fake loyalty a whole mile away. He's watching Jay-Z play it safe while Diddy's fighting for his life. To Cameron, that's betrayal. Now here's where things get even messier. Cam said that Jay-Z is going to come back, but only when Diddy got motion again and he's released. Cam said he going to have some motion again, and that's when all the old friends going to double back. Basically, Cameron is saying that Jay-Z's loyalty is transactional. He's not down for Diddy when he's down, but once Diddy is up again and start making moves again, Jay-Z's going to act like they never had issues at all. That's some cold, calculated business right there. Cameron's warning is real, because that's a classic move in the game. When the money flows, friendships get real shiny again. But that's the kind of fake friendship Cameron is exposing. It's not real. It's opportunistic. And it's not just speculation. Cam compared it to how the streets work. When a dude is down, a lot of people dip. But when the dude bounces back, those same people reappear, looking for the wave, the bag, and the favor. He also said that Diddy gonna have to make some new friends. But those old friends, yeah, they lurking for show, waiting for the perfect moment. Cam is basically warning Diddy and everybody watching. Don't be fooled when Jay-Z or others come crawling back. It's business, not brotherhood. Cam keeping it 100. He knows how loyalty changed in this industry, and he ain't impressed with the way Jay-Z's playing it right now. It's a tough pill, but it's real talk. Now let's clear the air about the infamous boat party where Cam, Mase, and Diddy linked up. There's been a lot of speculation about what really went down, so Cam laid it all out. Cam said the meeting was mostly business. Mase wanted to get a deal done for their podcast, It Is What It Is, and the money Diddy's people were offering just wasn't enough. Cam said, I'm not going to risk my friendship with Mase just to have a meeting with Puff. So basically, Cam always checks in with Mase before having any interaction with Diddy. Now that's honorable right there. The boat was the spot where they talked about the deal, and Cam said that business meetings with him often include adult dancers and good vibes. That's just how things go in the hip-hop world. But he was clear, there's no bad blood with Diddy. Cam said, every time we've seen each other, it was nothing but respect. Cam also said he doesn't know Diddy that well personally. They just never really kicked it. But when they did cross paths, there was respect. And Cam said he's not about to let the rumors or the court case cloud his judgment of Diddy's character based on limited interaction. So yeah, the boat party was just a business move, but Cam was willing to meet because of Mase, who's been closer to Diddy. Cam's loyalty is to Mase, but that meeting showed Cam he's open to dealing with Diddy, even if it's tricky. Now here's the boldest part. Cameron said he's willing to risk his image and roll with Diddy if Diddy gets released, no matter the dirt that's been exposed already. That's real loyalty in a world where everybody's watching their own back. Cam said, if the jury says you not guilty, facts, let's rock out. Cam's not buying the public perception narrative. Cam said the streets can talk, the media can run stories, but if the court clears Diddy, Cam's down to stand by him. And he ain't afraid of the freaky stuff people say about Diddy. Cam said, we all got dirty laundry, but that don't mean you turn your back. Now that's some real talk. Cam is showing that loyalty means more than headlines and rumors. Cam even said he's not worried about catching heat for being seen with Diddy. Cam knows the consequences, but he values real friendship and respect over public opinion. He's making a statement for the culture. Sometimes you gotta ride for your people no matter what. That kind of stance is unique, especially with somebody as high profile as Diddy. So Cam's words carry weight. He's putting his name on the line for Diddy and calling out the rest who won't do the same. And Cam's not scared to stand with Diddy through all the controversy, risking his own image to keep it 100 about loyalty. This ain't just gossip. It's a lesson on who really rides for you when the chips are down. Now this whole situation is messy, but Cam is telling it like it is. Loyalty in hip hop ain't just words, it's actions, especially when the stakes are the highest. Let me know what y'all think. Do you agree with Cam'ron's take on Jay-Z? And is Beyonce really pulling the strings? Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.